Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Today, Challenges, Part 2, from the Mother. And so I said, from that moment the transforming grace will radiate in the most effective way. Well, I challenge anyone to tell me the opposite. From Sri Aurobindo. The greatest spirits are therefore those who have no fear of the future, who accept its challenge and its wager. They have that sublime trust in the God or power that guides the world. That high audacity of the human soul to wrestle with the infinite and realize the impossible, that wise and warrior confidence in its ultimate destiny, which mark the avatars and prophets and great innovators and renovators. From Savitri. This world is God, fulfilled in outwardness. His ways challenge our reason and our sense. By blind, brute movements of an ignorant force, by means we slight as small, obscure, or base, a greatness founded upon little things, he has built a world in the unknowing void. I would ask one simple thing of those who would make the intellectual mind the standard and judge of spiritual experience. Is the divine something less than mind, or is it something greater? Is mental consciousness, with its groping enquiry, endless argument, unquenchable doubt, stiff and unplastic logic, something superior or even equal to the divine consciousness? Or is it something inferior in its action and status? If it is greater, then there is no reason to seek after the divine. If it is equal, then spiritual experience is quite superfluous. But if it is inferior, how can it challenge, judge, make the divine stand as an accused or a witness before its tribunal? Summon it to appear as a candidate for admission before a board of examiners, or pin it like an insect under its examining microscope. These are all from Sri Aurobindo. The materialistic view of the world is now rapidly collapsing, and with it, the materialistic statement of the evolution theory must disappear. Modern European thought progresses with a vertiginous rapidity. If it is Teutonic in its fidelity of observation and its tendency to laborious systematization, it has also another side, Celtic, Hellenic, a side of suppleness, mobility, readiness for rapid change, insatiable curiosity. It does not allow the same thought, the same system to exercise for very long a secure empire. It is in haste to question, to challenge, to reject, to remold, to discover new and opposite truths, to venture upon other experiments. At present, this spirit of questioning has not attacked the evolutionary theory at its center, but it is visibly preparing to give it a new form and meaning. Finally, the first idea of a slow and gradual evolution is being challenged by a new theory of evolution through sudden and rapid outbursts. And again, we pass from the sense of an obvious superficial machinery and all-sufficient material necessity to profundities whose mystery is yet to be fathomed. The teaching there is not taken from books, nor, although put in philosophic language, it is based upon abstract thought or any formal logic. It expresses a fundamental spiritual experience, dynamic for the growth of the being, confirmed and enlarged, filled with detail by almost 30 years of continuous sadhana, and as such it cannot be seriously challenged or invalidated by mere intellectual question or reasoning, but if at all, then only by a greater and wider spiritual experience. Moreover, it coincides not in expression, it may be, but in substance, with the experience of hundreds of spiritual seekers in many paths and in all parts of the world since the days of the Upanishads and of Plotinus and the Gnostics and Sufis to the present time. It is hardly admissible, then, to put it aside as the thought of a tyro or beginner in spiritual knowledge, making his first clumsy potshots at a solution of the crossword enigma of the universe. That description seems to show that he has missed the point of the passage altogether, and that also makes it difficult to reply. For where there is no meeting point of minds, discussion is likely to be sterile. Namaste.